Who's ready for summer reading? Hey there, it's Mitzi. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing my summer reading plans. Now I thought about, well, I'll just do June like I normally do, like June TBR, July. But I am participating in some things that are taking place over the entire summer. So I'm going to share just an overall umbrella of the things that I want to read, my hopes and wishes and dreams for my summer reading plan. So these books are books that I have been excited about reading, but they feel like summer reads to me. I don't know why. They don't necessarily take place in the summer, but they feel like books that I would enjoy reading during the summer. Now, some, of course, do take place during the summer, but they just feel like good books to read while I have summer break or summer vacation or whatever you want to call it. But let's be real, who really has a break? I don't. Not at my house. There's a lot going on. And my son is getting married in about a month, a little over a month. So I'm going to be busy. But I am going to read because reading actually calms me. It keeps me grounded. I need the reading. I need books around me to read and kind of get myself, you know, together. How about you? Do you have to do that? But anyway, these are some books that I have on my shelf, on my cart. I have a cart that I pull books that I want to get to soon. And I have been putting some of these books back lately. Over the past year, I thought, oh, that'd be good for the summer, so I'll just save it. And now it is time to read these books. Now, I am participating in the Big Book Summer Challenge hosted by Sue Jackson, and I've already posted a video about that. So if you want to watch that, I'll leave a link to it in the cards or somewhere so you can watch that one and you can help me choose a book, because in a day or two, I'm going to choose from that list and go ahead and get started on the big book for the summer. So that one is 400 pages or longer, and all of my books I've chosen for that challenge are like 500 pages or longer. So that will take me a while to get through. Then I'm also participating in June on the Range, and I've talked about that, and I shared a few books, and we've had a great discussion about what I should read for June on the Range. So that's part of my stack here. June on the Range is during the month of June, and so I need to go ahead and get that one read soon. Oh, by the way, about June on the Range, that's hosted by Michael K. Vaughn and several other people, and I'll leave my video and his announcement video for that. But with that, my son told me that there is an audio book series of Louis L'Amour, and they are narrated by Willie Nelson and I think some other famous people. And I thought, Willie Nelson reading me a Louis L'Amour story sounds fantastic. So I'm going to look that up, and I thought if you're participating in June on the Range, maybe you want to multitask and listen to a story. That might be a great one to try out. So I think it's like several Louis L'Amour stories that he narrates. I haven't checked into it, but he did tell me that, and he thought maybe I would enjoy that, since I have been trying to add in some audiobooks to my reading schedule. So anyway, I just wanted to plug that. And the other thing, my son said that he has a collection of John Wayne movies. So I thought, what a good idea. I'll add a John Wayne movie in during June on the Range too. So anyway, that's beside the point. I do have some June on the Range books for my summer reading plan. So here we go. Oh, and the other thing, I am participating in the Summer Book Bingo. This made my summer last year. It was the highlight of my summer, the Summer Book Bingo, because you have a bingo board of all different challenges, and for me, I loved it. I loved trying to fill the board, and I completed. I had a blackout, and I enjoyed doing that. Of course, you don't have to do a blackout. You can, you know, a cross or whatever. But as you get bingo, you need to let Tiffany from A Beautiful Minutia know, because she is offering a giveaway at the end of the summer for this one. So I'll leave a link to her below, because she is doing the Summer Book Bingo once again this summer, along with a giveaway. So anyway, on her Summer Book Bingo, she has lots of different prompts, And one of the prompts was reading something out of your comfort zone. Yeah, reading a book outside your comfort zone. So I think I might use one of the Westerns for that, because I don't normally read Westerns, so that would take care of that one. Then like the Big Book Summer Challenge, she has on the bingo board over 500 pages. Well, all of my big books that I'm choosing are over, so that would count for that. So there's a lot of different ones that kind of overlap with some of these other readathons, so I thought that would be an easy way to get to some of these too. So I did want to mention I am participating in the summer book bingo. If by chance you're participating, kind of look through the prompts and help me out with some of these books and where they would fit. So here we go. So let's start with June on the Range. I think these are the 3 books that I really want to read for June on the Range, along with the Louis L'Amour audiobook, because I'm going to try to find Willie Nelson reading a book to me. So that'll be one for Louis L'Amour. So then I wanted a Zane Grey, and so I'm going to read the one my son recommended, which is The Mysterious Rider. And so I'm going to try to get to that one in the month of June. And then this one is Smokey the Cowhorse, and this is a Newbery, and since I'm trying to read all the Newbery, this is the perfect time to read this one, so I'm going to try to get to that one. And then The Coming of Hopalong Cassidy sounded really good. I think this is a whole series, and I think they actually had a TV show of this, so I thought I might squeeze this one in too. If I only get to a couple of them, that's fine. So those 3 plus the audio book that I choose will be for June on the Range. And then I had also thought about another one. Oh, I know. Someone mentioned when I talked about June on the Range, the Francine Rivers book, and I thought, yes, I have that book on my shelf. So I might try to squeeze in The Lady's Mind in June too, because this is a Western theme to this book as well. And I do love Francine Rivers so much that I pre-ordered this book and I have yet to get to it. So I need to get to this one soon. So that would be a great one for June on the Range, a book that I already have on my shelf that I haven't gotten to yet. So those are for June on the Range. Now these are some other books that I just think have a summery feel to them, or makes me want to read in the summer. The first one is The Caravanners, and I've already started this book, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's by Elizabeth von Arnim. The Caravanners is about this couple who travel. They do a little holiday in a caravan, and so I thought that just sounded summery to me, and so far I'm really enjoying. I mean, I'm just started. I'm on like page 20. So I just started it, but it's really good, and so I think that I will get to this one in June. But it did sound like a summer read to me. The next one is The Growing Summer. Now this is a coming of age type story, and that's one of the prompts on the summer book bingo. And I mean, it's called The Growing Summer, so that sounded like a really good one to try. One of the prompts is a sunset colors, that the cover have sunset colors on the cover. This is one of the books that I pre-ordered and hadn't read yet. That is Only the Beautiful by Susan Meisner. I have fallen in love with Susan Meisner's work. I love her books. So of course I wanted to read this one, and I went ahead and ordered it. I don't normally order new releases, but I ordered that Francine Rivers and this one this year. But this does have beautiful kind of sunset colors on the cover, so that would fit that prompt, and I do need to get to it since I did pre-order it. Another prompt on the summer book bingo board is a one-word title. And I wanted to read this last year during the summer and didn't get to it, and that is Kidnapped by Robert Louis Stevenson. This is Victorian literature, and I always love reading something from a Victorian classic. I also really enjoyed Treasure Island and some other works by Robert Louis Stevenson, so I think I'll enjoy this, and it just felt like it would be a good summer read too, and it fulfills a prompt on the bingo card. Another was a novella or a short story, so I picked up this one, and this is super popular too. Again, it's like a novella, and it is A Month in the Country by J.L. Carr, so that'll fulfill a prompt. And it just felt like it would be a good summer read. Another prompt was to read a book by an author who was born in the summer. So I had to kind of check this out. So I wanted to read this book called The Lark by E. Nesbitt. Kate Howe had this in her reading group, they read this, and I'm part of the group, but I have not been, I've been a horrible participant. And I wanted to read it then and couldn't get to it, but it felt like it would be a good summer read, so that's why I put it aside and thought, well, I'll read it this summer. And E. Nesbitt, I think, was born in August, so that would fulfill that prompt. Again, let me know if you've read any of these. This is for the, one of the prompts is something about, takes place like on an island or something like that. So I thought this would be fun for it because I think it takes place on, it says, there she was on the beautiful Greek island of Rhodes. So I thought, okay, that'll work. This is Mystery of the Hidden Hand by Phyllis Whitney. And I am really enjoying reading these little middle grade mysteries by Phyllis Whitney. So I'm going to use this for Set on an Island. Another prompt is to read just a mystery. So I thought that I would read The Tale of Hilltop Farm. This is the first in the Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter. I think, yeah, the Cottage Tales of Beatrix Potter. And I want to get started on this because this just sounds like a cozy mystery that I would enjoy. So I picked this up and I hadn't gotten to it yet. I thought in the summertime it might be a good time to try it. One of the other prompts on the summer book bingo is E's. Now she said 2 E's in the title, but I decided to try to find one that had double E's in the title. And so I picked Sleeping Murder because this is one that I haven't read yet. Is this a Miss Marple? Yeah, it is. It says Miss Marple's Last Case. So this will be the last one I read for Miss Marple. So I really need to get to those others. I think this might be, I think I have 2 more and then this one. But I'll get to them because they don't take long to read. But I think I'm going to wait and read this one at the end of the summer to give me time to read the other 2. So Sleeping Murder will fit that prompt. One of the prompts takes place at summer camp or has something to do with summer camp. And I picked this up a while ago. It's called Summer at Meadow Wood by Amy Rebecca Tan. And I thought, it says that it takes place at summer camp or she wants to go to summer camp or something like that. It's summer camp related anyway. So I thought that would be a fun one to pick up too. Have you read this one? This is a middle grade. Now, when I was talking about the June on the Range, I forgot I had this book that I had picked up at Book Outlet. And I thought this would be good for nonfiction. Now, my son also has a Jesse James book that I could choose. But I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward reading this. And it's Butch Cassidy, The True Story of an American Outlaw. That would fit for June on the Range, as well as a nonfiction for the summer book bingo. So I may read this. I'm not sure yet if this will fit for my nonfiction, but it's an idea. Oh, and this one would fit for nonfiction too because Jane Austen July is coming up, and I love Jane Austen July. And last year I tried to make, which I did. I ended up making July just Jane Austen related. So I had picked this, well, I'd ordered this book and it didn't come in time. It came in right at the end of July and I didn't have time to read it. So I saved it because this is a super popular nonfiction book to read during Jane Austen July. And it's called Jane Austen at Home by Lucy Worsley. And I love her stuff anyway. And I thought this would, I saved it, and I'm going to read this in July. So if I do read this in July, which I hope to, it would be a nonfiction too that I could use for the bingo. But I kind of want to read this Butch Cassidy one too. So who knows? But I really want to get to this for Jane Austen July. So it's stacking up here. I have a lot of books to choose from. I also had this one that has sunset colors on the cover that I really want to get to. It's another one by Lisa Wingate, and I enjoy her writing. It's called The Book of Lost Friends, and I think this is a historical fiction. And I don't have many historical fictions in these choices. Well, I do have a couple, but not many. And I do love historical fiction, so I definitely want to have several historical fictions to read in the summer too. Hold on a minute, let me see if there's any others. Yeah, there's a couple of others that I kind of want to get to as well. Now, one of these is a middle grade book by that same Amy Rebecca Tan, and it's called A Kind of Paradise. This one was one I wanted to read during middle grade March and I didn't get to it, so I just thought, well, I'll read that in the summer. So hopefully I can get to both of these. You know, middle grade doesn't take me long anyway, so I'm hoping to get to both of these, as well as, you know, fit in as many Newberries as I can. And then this one is way out of my comfort zone, and it's called The Drive by Jane Harper. But I've heard this was a good one, and I think it's like suspenseful thriller kind of thing. Let me know in the comments. I want to read this, but if it's way too violent or something, let me know. Give me a warning, because I love thrillers and suspense, but I like them that are more, you know, mind game sort of things and not graphic. I just don't like it to be too detailed in the graphic. I mean, I can take a little bit of that, but not too much. So let me know if you think this is the right read for me, because I have had this on my shelf for a while. I picked it up. It might have been in a little free library, I don't know, but I've picked this up a long time ago and thought I would read it, and I don't know, it's just out of my comfort zone, or I think it is. Is it? Let me know in the comments. So those are the books that I am planning on reading for summer. Now again, this is a lot of different books, a lot of different varieties. I'm going to be participating in the Big Book Summer Challenge, June on the Range, Jane Austen July. I'm going to be trying to fill out my bingo board in the process, and then there'll be other things too. And I have a special readathon planned for August, so I'm working on that as well. So let me know in the comments if you've read any of these. Where do you think I should start? Which one should be a priority to kick off the summer? Let me know that too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.